Hello and welcome to another edition of Toys from the Attic. For today's episode, I thought we'd be taking a look at Transformers Fall of Cybertron's Grimlock. So without further ado, let's take a closer look at this guy. Alright, so here we have Transformers Fall of Cybertron Grimlock. Just waiting to come out here. I really like the looks of this guy so far. We have a nice display of him in his Dinobot mode. Turns into a T-Rex and it nicely wraps around on the side here. Not too much else on the box art. It has this really nice red look to it. Kind of gives me that old 80s feel. And that's even more hit home to the point with the nice little power bar right here. Really reminiscent of the G1 style. So the strength is about 10, well, that's standard. Intelligence, that looks like it's about 7. Speed, 6. Yeah, he's not too much of a fast guy, or not too smart either. Endurance is 10, yeah, strongest guy out there. Rank, 9, so that's pretty good. Courage, 10, figures. Fire blast power, 9 again, pretty good. And skill, 8, so it's pretty good. I even love the character description of him, saying that he's a guy that's so boiling with rage that he should by all means be joining the Decepticon ranks, but deep down inside, he really is a quite honorable character, and he doesn't like bullies, and Decepticons are full of bullies, so it is really nice that he, despite his bad attitude, and yeah, there's descriptions in other media where he doesn't get along with Prime and the other characters, at his heart, he really likes doing the right thing. I really like that about Grimlock. So, anyways, I've been itching to open this guy ever since I got him, so I'm not going to hold off any longer. Next scene. Okay, so here we have Grimlock finally out of the box. I must say, he does look like a very impressive figure. Comes with this nice red Energon sword. Really, a lot of nice little details in here, if you can kind of see that. Nice little sculpted. Has this really nice sawtooth blade right here. It also comes with a cool Energon shield. I know the Transformers use these quite a bit in the first Generation 1 series. At least, I think Hot Rod did when he was sparring with one of the guys in the spaceship. So it's kind of neat that they have this. And because Grimlock is one of those gladiatorial Transformers, it would come to reason that he would actually have one of these sword and shield. Now, as far as the figure goes, he's really actually light for how big he is. I would have thought he would have had a lot more bulk to him, but not really. The other thing too is my only issue is his arms. They move fine. I got no problem with that. You could get him in some nice, really cool poses. I mean, they look really big and powerful. It's his legs that I actually kind of have a bit of an issue with. Just because of how his legs are kind of made, it makes it a little bit hard to kind of pose him, because if you want to start moving his legs forward, you're gonna have to grab these a certain way to get certain bits of dynamic poses in there. It's just a little bit awkward to kind of move these at the start. Let me get this down here. Although it just takes some getting used to. I mean, it's just kind of a little bit weird at first, and when you're wanting to start out, some parts are going to want to snap off, or not really snap off, but pop out of their little sockets that hold them into the position. Now, as far as his chest goes, because of how his head gimmick and stuff, you can see that his chest in there is really hollow. So I think that's what also adds to the light feature of him. Now, or the lightness of him. Now, he also has this other gimmick though too. Let me adjust the camera, because this guy's kind of a little big, hard to get into frame. His head in the back here has this little switch, so when it opens up, when you open it up all the way, you can see that it kind of lights up. Let me see if I can turn off my lights here. There you go. There you go. So you can definitely see how it lights up. Get these nice little lights right in here, his little Autobot logo, and then a little bit around his ribs. Not too much light piping for his head though, although in the proper lighting that does light up pretty well. So after this, I'm going to try to transform him a couple times, and then I'll take you through the transformation process as well. Alright, now his transformation actually seems pretty simple from what I can tell. You just take his head back here, flip it out, and where it starts to stop right here, you just take his Tyrannosaurus head and flip that out, and everything else should snap right into place. And there you go. And you just take his arms and kind of, well, I should actually start off with his hands. You just kind of fold them in and fold this part up. To demonstrate on the other side, and just fold his little claws right here back. So you can see right here, just fold these up, fold the hands in, and well, those should actually already stay pretty up. But anyways, then we just kind of bring his legs in like this, and he has these odd joints right in here that kind of snap out. And those will just snap right into place on inside here. So just kind of fold these in and just manipulate them into position. There you go. You're gonna bend his legs back already, just because that's going to come into play later. Now, as for his tail, just move his legs here. I'm trying to get all this into frame. Just move those up like this, and you want to make sure that you get it past this little tail part right here. So just move that up into place. Do the same thing on the other side, and then just move these little feet down, and then just force the tail parts together. And there you have Grimlock in Dino Mode, or Dinobot mode. I must say that once he's transformed, he actually is a lot smaller than you would think he is. I thought because of his robot mode he would be a lot bigger, but everything kind of folds up nicely into him. Now you can also take his shield on the side here and place it on his hips along with his sword. So that's another little nice thing, so make sure his weapons are always with him. Don't lose any parts, and this way he can go into battle in Dinobot mode too with his sword, handy sword if he wants to. Now the other neat gimmick on him right now is if you open up his mouth, it's a little bit hard and a little stiff on mine. I don't know if it's like that with all of them, but his head will light up. I don't know if you can kind of see that there, and his jaws will open, kind of giving that flamethrowery feel from the old Generation 1 cartoon, and I'm guessing also the game. I haven't actually played Fall of Cybertron yet, but as far as Grimlock goes, he's a little bit of a light figure. I mean, you might not feel that you're getting your money's worth with him just because of how light he is, but as far as coolness factor and how he looks, well, in Dinobot mode, I do think the tail is a little bit thick. That's the only issue. But I'm probably going to be keeping him in robot mode, which I actually kind of really dig, and probably stand him right next to Prime, kind of looking down over him. Anyways, it's up to you guys if you want to try to track this guy down and get him. Any hardcore Grimlock fans, definitely going to want to pick this guy up. Anyways, so that's been a look at Transformers Grimlock. Roar! Once again, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed what you've seen today, please feel free to like, subscribe, or leave a comment below in the comment section. Any advice for the show would be greatly appreciated. Who knows, something you suggest may appear on the show in the future.